What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Late Face. So to start this haircut out, I had already cut his hair down with the 1.5 with the grain, and then I washed it. And now I'm just brushing it in this pattern, and I'm gonna put him under the dryer just so it dries. And it's laid down how it needs to be. His hair is super thin, as you can tell. And he came in with like a little mini afro, so I wish that I would have had this before on this one. But so to set in my guideline, I'm a bald line. I'm gonna do a triangle shape with my soft trimmer. Then I'm gonna come in with my hard trimmer and with my zero gap trimmer and just clear it out completely and get the hair as low as possible. Right here, I'm coming in to establish my guideline. I'm gonna come in with my blade open and flick out. Then I'm gonna lay my blade flat, going to the top of it. I'm gonna close my blade halfway and go halfway down the fade, close my blade all the way, and take out the bottom line completely. Just slowly work my way down the fade. So right here, I got a number 2 guard on, and like I said, I had cut it down with the 1.5 close with the grain, so a number 2 open is going to blend right up into that. I'm just giving myself room to fade in, just because his hair is so thin. I don't want to cut too much out, so I just cut it with that 2 open just to see what it's going to look like. Now I'm in with my number 1 guard, and I'm just doing the same steps as I did with my blade open. I'm going to go open halfway and close, just take this line out, come in with my 0 guard. Now I got my 0 guard. That was my 1 guard. Now I got my 0 guard, and I'm just doing detail work using the corner of my blade, picking out dark spots and getting this fade smooth as possible. Same thing with the 1.5, open halfway close, pick out dark spots and get this fade, the transition to this fade smooth as you can get it. Right here, I'm just got my number 1 guard on again, and I'm just going in and doing detail work. Guidance in the details is what's going to separate you as a barber, so just make sure that you're detailing. The same thing with this. Just notice how I notice when I come back and I do stuff like this, notice what I'm doing and how much smoother it makes this fade look, how much better it is. So right here in the back, I just start with the low, I set my ball line in low, and it's going to give me room to stretch this fade out a little more. Come in with my non-zero gap trimmers and my 0 gap trimmer, and this is just the same step, except for the only difference is on the back, I like to set it in lower so that I can stretch the fade out a little more. It gives it a more stretched, I like stretch fade. So what I mean by that is I'm going to set my guidelines in bigger so the fade is stretched out more. So I'm going to establish the guideline with the blade open. The only difference is, like I said, instead of going up 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, I'm going to go up like a whole inch in the back. And then I'm going to go open halfway and close, just the same exact thing. So right here, I got the number 3 guard on instead of the number 2. I'm just going up because I know he don't have waves, that's why right now, so that's why I can go up that high at first. So right here, I just got the number 1 guard on, and like I said, I'm gonna establish it by flicking out. Then I'm gonna lay my blade flat to the top of it with the blade open. I'm gonna establish it by blade open, flicking out. Then I'm gonna lay my blade flat with my blade open, going to the top. Then I'm gonna close it halfway, go halfway down the guideline, close it all the way, hit the bottom of the guideline as smoothly as possible. And just get it as just soften that line as soft as possible so I can come in with my 0 guard and do detail work and take the line out completely. That's what I'm doing. Come in with my 0 guard. Just use the corner of my blade and open and close, just lever play. Do do some detail work. So right here I got my number 1.5 guard on, and I'm just gonna open halfway and close, and I'm gonna soften this line out. Soften this line, try to take it out as much as I can, and then I'm probably gonna come back in like I did before with my number 1 guard, just lever plane, use the corner of it, do detail work. But y'all just pay attention to me. Open halfway and close. That's my method. Open halfway, close. And as you close the clipper, the higher you up on the fade, the more open that your blade is gonna be. The lower that you go, the more closed your blade is gonna be. The higher you go up, the more open your blade is gonna be. The lower that you go, the more closed your blade is gonna be. I knew I was gonna come in and just do detail work with this number 1 guard. Just pay attention to what I'm doing. I can't really explain this. I can explain it. I can't really explain it like this, but I can explain it in a more in-depth. I'm gonna have an online academy, so it's gonna be explained in there. I gotta find someone to make the website and all that for me, and how I want it to be. So right here, I'm just gonna shape his beard. Just make sure that I go, keep it its natural shape. Just taking off the loose ends. And you're gonna see how I cut at the bottom of it. So I'm gonna just let y'all watch this. Alright y'all, so to set these slants in, I'm just gonna set them in as natural as I can. Once I get to around the top of the ear, I'm gonna turn my clipper and use the edge of my blade and just make this curve around his ear as smooth as possible. But keep it the shape that it is. Keep it the shape like the client said.
No brainer.
If that makes sense, around the ear, how it looks naturally. Just keep it as natural as possible. But also make it as clean as possible. I'm gonna just go over multiple times, brush everything down, and comb any overhanging hairs down, and cut them also, just so the lineup solidifies. So right here, I'm just tapping the back of his beard. having your lineup straight and 90 degrees with that box, that's one of the most beautiful things to me. And then how you set your C cup in is also like, it just, the whole lineup is so essential. The whole lineup, doing the whole lineup the correct way is so essential. Tap it in to have it just perfect with the fade too, to match. Like, man, thank you guys for the gifts and abilities that you're giving me. All power going on a pizza guy, all power going on a praise with the Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So I just love what I do. I'm so humble, grateful, and blessed to be able to do something that I love every day. And I love my Savior. I love my personal Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I hope that y'all know him. And I want to make a ministry channel just to teach y'all about the gospel. So I want to make that soon. So hopefully y'all tap into that. Right here, I'm just gonna add some moisturizer. I'm gonna brush it in, and then I'm gonna tap back into y'all when we add some enhancements. This would have been one of the most craziest transformations if I would have done what he came in here like for real. But you can see I'm using the powder enhancements instead of my guns because my BMT XL was down and out at this point. But this is probably 7 months old. So we're about to get into the new stuff though. I think this is one of the last old videos I got. So right here, I'm just gonna line these up. And I had noticed, so I used hairspray on him, and I noticed that it's gonna look crazy. You're gonna see like a thick line. I promise y'all, I did not use chalk on this. I didn't use magic pencil on this, nothing like that. I just had used hairspray, and I did too much. And before I took the final spin of the video, I forgot to wipe it off. That's one thing about this cup. But y'all see what he looked like when I started, and y'all said this. But y'all ain't see what he looked like when I really started though. Like, he literally had a little mini afro. It looked crazy, but man, I got my boy together. So if y'all was able to sit through this video with me, I hope that you learned something, take something from my game, apply it to yours. I hope that you just watch me help you get better. Y'all can see that cut from the taper to the lineup, just man, like glory to God, like I said. But yeah, man, I love this. This is art, so it is a blessing to be able to bless people like this. But y'all see what I was talking about with the little line. But anyway, taper butter for the lineup popping. Y'all already know what it is. Late phase, man. Lineup late. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're not already subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to see you back on the next one. May God bless.